Hello students, this is your teacher Manish, and as a part of Java playlist, today's topic is arrays. So let us understand what a array mean. Array actually is a collection of elements. You can say array actually is a elementary data structure. What is a data structure? Data structure is a way to organize a data. An array is a collection of elements where these elements are of same type. Okay, when I say same type, what does this mean? So I can have array of integers. I can have array of floating point numbers. I can have array of characters. Okay, I can have array of type byte. Okay, so basically I have collection of elements of same type, right? So just to give you example, I can have array of integers. See, for example, this is an array where my first element is at position 0 and my second element is at position 1. Third element is at position 2, so on and so forth, right? So my subscript of an array, the position of an array starts always with 0. Okay, so if I have 10 elements in an array, then the first element will be at 0th position and the last element will be at 9th position. This is how I will have 10 elements in an array. Okay, now let us understand how array is declared in Java. So say for example, I want to create an array of integers. Then in Java, please look carefully. Int, the square bracket begin or square bracket open, square bracket close, and x. So this x actually is the name of an array, right? X is the name of an array. Okay, and then x equals to new int 5. Now this here with keyword new actually decides the size of an array. Okay, so these two statements actually gives me an array which has got name x. X, you can also say it as a reference variable. Okay, and this variable points to the memory, okay, which is allocated by new keyword. These two statements actually can also be written in a single statement, and I can have int, right, x equals to new int of 5. Okay, so this is how I can declare an array. Okay, now if I give you double here, it becomes an array of type double. Okay, I can give it string, it becomes an array of type string. Okay, in fact I can also define and declare an array of type objects. Okay, so we'll see that with an example later. Okay, typically you can say this is a single dimensional array. Okay, this is a single dimension array. I can also initialize the array during declaration. For example, int x equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this actually initialize the array to these particular values. So size of array will be 5. Okay, x of 0 will be set to 1, x of 1 will be set to 2, x of 2 will be set to 3. So this is another way of initializing the array. Okay, so without wasting much of a time, now we will take a deep dive, okay, by developing very small programs, okay, in which we are going to declare the array. We will basically start with single dimension, and then we will also look at 2-dimension and 3-dimension arrays. Okay, so what we will achieve at the end of this video is, okay, basically we'll get a working knowledge of arrays. Okay, we will declare the arrays of primitive data types, and we will also see multi-dimensional arrays, which is 2-dimension and 3-dimension array. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's get into the actual coding. So we will quickly witness some of the programs where I have specifically used arrays. Now what I have done is I have already created this program and kept ready for the want of time, so that we can actually see multiple programs. Okay, typically I go on developing the program on the fly as we record the video, but this time, just for the want of time, I have already created the program and kept. Okay, so this is array_1 Java file. If you see, I used Notepad++ and the class is array_1. What I have done is I have declared one array, okay, which is of type integer, and the reference variable for this array is x. On the next line, actually I have used x is equal to new, where new is the keyword, and it goes and allocates memory which can fit 10 integers. So the size of array is 10 here, and as I said, we need to use a for loop to actually traverse the array. So what do we mean by traversing the array? We actually traverse the array from subscript 0. The first element position in the array is 0, the second element position of array is 1, and so on and so forth. We traverse through the array. Now here you will see another important aspect, and that is I have a data element called length, and x, which is the name of an array, okay, which if I use it, x dot length, so name of an array dot length actually returns me what is the length of an array. So in this case, x dot length will return me 10. Okay, and because we are using keyword new and the array is also of type integer, in this small program what will actually get printed is nothing but 10 zeros. So 10 zeros will get printed. Why 10? Because size of array is 10. Every element of array will get initialized to 0, and that is what I am just printing, nothing else. So what we want to in this program really understand is these two lines and then traversing of the array. So I am going to quickly compile the program, okay, using our compiler javac, okay, and it is array_1.java. okay, and then I'm going to quickly execute this program. My class file is obviously array_1, we could see that, okay, and then I'm just going to execute it and see what happens is all that it does, it flushes out the contents of array. Size of array is 10, and hence there are 10 zeros actually which got printed. Okay, now let us see a bit meaningful program. So I have another program called array_2.java. okay, in this program what I am doing is I am doing the same thing basically. Okay, I am declaring an array, okay, which has got name as x, and then the size of array is 4. okay, and I am populating that array with the square of the subscript. If you see, what does it do? It just populates the array with the square of the subscript. So first element will be 0 multiplied by 0, that is 0. Second element will be 1 multiplied by 1, okay, which is 1. Third element will be 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4. So I am just populating the position of an array square. Okay, so first 0 position, which is nothing but the first position, will be 0. Okay, and then after that I am fleshing out the array. So I have two for loops. In first for loop I am populating the array, and in the second for loop I am printing the array. Very simple. Okay, in fact, what my suggestion would be, you could pause this video, you actually go and try to trace this program, try to trace what happens, okay, when the value of 0, when the value of a changes, okay, from 0 to 4, okay, and then accordingly just see whether your answer just matches with what I have done, okay, or what the program output would be. So I am just compiling this program, okay, array underscore, okay, 2.java, all right, and then I'm going to quickly run it. My name of the class file is array underscore 2, okay, and see what happens. My array is populated with squares of the position. Okay, so 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, and 3 square is 9. Okay, so it is a quick small demonstration. Again, an integer array we have used here. Just two for loops, one for loop to populate the array, second for loop to actually print the array. Okay, now let us quickly see another third program, and it's a very interesting thing, okay, which we have not seen in previous programs. We can actually go and initialize the array using this statement. Okay, so during declaration itself you can give values to the array, okay, and this is what happens. So what actually this program does is the position 0, so primes position 0, okay, so if I have to show you in the notepad, it will be something like this. Okay, so primes position 0, okay, will have value, okay, which is 2, okay, then primes position 1 will have value which is 3, okay, primes, these are nothing but our prime numbers, okay, position 2 will have value, okay, 5, okay, so on and so forth, right? So in one single statement I can initialize the array, and this is how I should be initializing it. Okay, now what will be the output of this program? Okay, output is simple. The length of array is 5 elements. If you could count these elements, it is just 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 would get printed as a part of output of this program. So quickly again I'm going to compile this program, okay, and then say java c primes dot it is array underscore 3 dot java, right? Okay, and I'm just going to execute it, and what it should actually print is 5. Okay, so let us see. Yeah, so it just printed the length of an array. Okay, that's it. Now let us see the next. So this is command.java program, and till now we have seen public static void main number of times, and I want to draw your attention in the parameters of this main method. Okay, we have never before this actually spoke about these parameters, but look at this, and what do you think it actually is? Okay, and yes, you are probably thinking it right. and it clearly states that args is a variable or is a reference variable, okay, name of an array, and the type of an array is actually string. So we have a args variable which is array, name of an array, and the type is string. Okay, so let us understand what this actually program does. Okay, so I am not going to further explain it. Let me first execute this program and show you what actually this array does. Okay, so I am quickly executing this program, rather I will first compile it. Okay, command.java. okay, and I am kind of executing the program. Okay, so this is typically what we execute, right? So Java and then the class file name. Now if a program takes any arguments, and imagine I am giving different I am giving a couple of arguments or 3 arguments to this program. Okay, and see, for example, I am giving ABC, XYZ and LMNOP. Okay, and why I am saying I give 3 arguments? Because every argument, okay, is separated by a space. So ABC is one argument, XYZ is another argument, and LMNOP is the third argument. This is the way I can pass external data to the program. Okay, now here if you see, what happens is my args is an array of string. So my args will have 3 strings, right? The first string, that is args0, will be ABC, args1 will be XYZ, and args2 will be LMNOP. Okay, so basically while I am running the program, while I am executing the program with my Java command, I am passing 3 arguments to the program, and this my main, main is my invoking method, and the moment main finds arguments along with the class file name, it's going to put those arguments in my args variable. Okay, so if I just execute this, let us see what happens. I have actually, what I have done is, it's a simple program. I am using a for loop and I am just flushing out my contents of args array. Okay, and args.length is going to be 3 because we have seen that I have passed 3 arguments, so it's an array of 3. So it returned 3. The first argument, it printed the first string. Second, when a was 0, it printed the first string. When a got incremented to 1, it printed second string, and when a got incremented to 2, it printed the third string. Okay, so this is, so if I have to just kind of execute it one more and show you, now this time probably I will just give my name. Okay, so I have given 2 arguments. So this is my name. Okay, my first name as one argument and my second name as the second argument. So what do you think will be the output of this particular command? Okay, yes, you guessed it right. The output is just going to be, on the first line it's going to be Manish, and on the second line it's going to be Patankar. So I have just flushed my the args array. Okay, so now we have seen 2 types of array, 2 elementary data types. Okay, so now the next program which I am going to show is a multi-dimension arrays in Java. Okay, so before getting into this program, let me quickly tell you something what multi-dimension really is. Okay, so when I say I have a single dimension array, okay, so it is nothing but, now here we'll imagine we are building a single dimension array of string. Okay, so what do I have? Not of string, of integer. So what do I have? I just have collection of integers, right? So these are the 4 elements in an array of integer. Okay, the first element is 1, 2, 45 and 67. Okay, now say imagine I'm just putting a declaration here. Okay, int x, right? So equals to new. Okay, and you know this is how basically array gets actually declared or initialized. Okay, now this is when I am going to populate. This declaration is actually when I am going to populate the array using for. Okay, but if I have to actually initialize it, so what will I do is I will just say x equals to, okay, 1.2.45 67. Okay, and this will be, so in this case, so I have, say I'm declaring another array, say y. Okay, and here I'm just saying 89 and 19. Okay, I say I have a third array. Okay, so, and these are all single dimension arrays of integer. Okay, 95 and say for example 96. Okay, so here I have actually say for example declared 3 arrays, x, y and z. Now these are all single dimension array. Now if I want to have 2 dimension array, okay, so let me tell you, instead of having, okay, 3 separate arrays, I can actually have one single array, okay, of say name a, okay, equals to, okay, and I can do one thing. I can just probably, right, I will show you what I am doing and then I will explain it as well. Okay, so this is my first element. Okay, this is my say second element. Okay, and suppose this is my third element, right? So how, what do you think here it is, right? So I have 2 dimension array, hence I will give 2 squares. Okay, now if you see, 2 dimension array is nothing but it is array of arrays, right? Because this is my first array, right? This is my second array and this is my third array. Okay, so I actually have an array of arrays and that becomes my 2 dimension array. Okay, and if I have to say what are my subscripts, my first array will have subscript as 0 0 0 1. This will be 0 3 because this is the 0th position, the very first position. This is the 0th position, right? So this is 0 and every element within that will be 1 0 1 2 3. Okay, so this is how my 2 dimension array really looks like. Okay, say for example now I have a 3 dimension array. So if I have a 3 dimension array, okay, in that case I will give you an example. I am declaring 2 2-dimensional arrays, right? So say for example I have declared b here, right, and I am just changing this just for the sake of, you know, our better understanding. Okay, (98) 99. Now here I have 2 2-dimensional arrays a and b. In 3-dimensional array, what I can really do is, right, I can say if I have 3-dimension array, right, called z or called q, say for example, okay, then I can go and take this, right, okay, and put it here, comma, okay, and the second element, okay, okay, and the curly bracket close. Now what does this really mean? My 3-dimension array is actually array of 2D arrays, 2-dimension arrays. So it's an array because my first element, this is my 2-dimension, right, and this is a second element which is also a 2-dimension. So basically 3-dimension array is nothing but array of 2-dimensional arrays. So it is nothing but collection of 2-dimensional arrays. Okay, so this is how in Java you can have n-dimensional arrays. There is no limit. Okay, so for example 4-dimension array would be, okay, array of 3-dimension array. 5-dimension array will be array of 4-dimension array. So please look at this carefully and understand it carefully. Okay, see, for example, these are nothing but single dimension array. They are nothing but single, x, y, z are single dimension array, and what I am doing, I am creating 2-dimensional array where I am actually having a collection of arrays, right? A collection of arrays become 2-dimensional array, and a collection of 2-dimension arrays become 3-dimension array. Okay, so this is what exactly it means. So let us quickly take an example, and I have given a very simple example here. Okay, I'm just kind of going it. Okay, yeah, so this is my simple example which I have given. Okay, just to let you know, although I am just using 3-dimension array, this is the declaration which is a single dimension declaration. This is a declaration which is a 2-dimensional declaration. And why it is 2-dimension declaration? Simple, I have here 2 arrays, okay, hence it becomes 2-dimension. And this is a declaration for 3-dimension array which is k, because the first one position is a 2-dimensional and a second one is also a 2-dimension. And then what I am doing actually is I am traversing the 3-dimension array. Okay, so I am traversing the 3-dimension array, and you need to note here please. So my very first element, okay, will have L0, M0 and N0. My second element will have L0, M0 and N1. Okay, so if I have to print it like this, then my what would get printed is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, and let us quickly execute it and then understand it what will happen. Okay, so I am just compiling it, multi-dimension, okay, dimension dot java, okay, and then I am just executing it, okay, multi-dimension, okay, and let us see what happens. As I said, this is what it has printed. Okay, now in Notepad let me explain you how this actually looks like. Okay, so this is how it will look like. Okay, so my LMN, when LMN all were 0, okay, what would get printed really is the first element. Okay, then N changes to 1 will be the second element. Okay, after that N becomes 0 but M changes to 1, so when M changes to 1 it is third element, and then M and N are 1 1, it is the fourth element. Okay, so this is how my subscript will change. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, I think you should try this program out. You should stop this video, okay, and try to work it out by yourself. Okay, so in this video we tried to understand what arrays are. We have seen array of integers, we have seen array of string, we have also seen an example of multi-dimensional array. In next video what I plan to do is I will build an array of objects. Okay, if you have any feedback, do please provide me. Okay, if you have not yet subscribed my channel, do subscribe it. Okay, and do like my video, share. Okay, and next video obviously is going to be on objects. So so thank you. Till then, bye.